Hi, we're Rambling Backroads. That's Ramblin' Raw. That's me, Backroad Bo. We like to travel, eat, drive, wander, build things. We do what we can to experience all of what life has to offer. Join us as we travel the back roads of life. Let's go.
We are going to see if the Jeep will start, and if it does, we're going to go for a little ride. Mostly back to town, because I think it's going to be a shop night. But we have thunder. We have a little bit of lightning. Storms are rolling in the Midwest. Jeep was down last time we started, but we drove a little, so we're going to hope that it's up. But we're going to go into town. No windshield, or top, or doors. But it's nice. That's not really doing much yet. It's just now rolling in. It's coming in from the south, which is the direction that we are heading. But anyway, ball cap. When you're driving with the windshield down, it's probably going to go backwards. Otherwise, it's going to blow off. Sunglasses, even though it's not sunny, but they're the only thing I have. And rain tends to hurt. So we have these just in case. We're going to go. That was short-lived. Battery had like 3 cranks and it was done. Jumpers. Okay. We had jumper cables. So we got it started. And it's running. There's the dog. Say hi, Tesla. Actually say hi, everybody. How you doing? There you go. Alright. It's getting gloomier, and I realized that my dimmer switch, not headlight switch, but my actual on the floor old school dimmer switch from high to low beams is junk. But I have a new one, and I grabbed it out of the Rumblebee, so I have it. So we're going to put that on here this evening after we mosey our way into town. Okay, and if for anybody who's seeing that there's no seatbelt action, it's got lap belts. Yeah, old school, yo. Ready to go, Tesla? Huh? Ready? Let's do it. Gotta be careful, because if you hit the right bump, the windshield automatically comes back up, but then it's dirty. Yeah. So just a quick update as we're sitting here. It's a little wet, and when you have small cold raindrops and they hit you fast enough, it doesn't feel good. You know, it's all good. Part of it. We're rolling backwards. There we go. We made it to town. It's really nice out. A little wet. It's calm. It's quiet. Oh, it smells good. He's a little wet, but he hid down here beside me for most of it. So nothing was harmed in the making of this drive. Problem is, I don't fit. I gotta move a truck so I can get inside. And I hope I have the key to that, because it might be in my truck and at my house. If that's the case, I'm going back to my house. We made it. We got the truck moved. Got the Jeep in. Not really sure what we're doing with it. Maybe nothing more than just getting it cleaned out and doing some maintenance. We still need to, we're going to go ahead and torque the wheels. They're fine, but I just did them by hand. I've got a torque wrench, so I always like to be on the safe side, make sure I didn't miss something, or make sure they didn't wiggle loose. Gonna give you a little bit of a history lesson. It's gonna be really simple. There's not gonna be a pop quiz. That is a Jeep. Whether you own a Jeep or not, you may or may not be familiar with them and where they come from. Most of you are probably familiar with the fact that they were born for World War II, for the military. And after the military, a lot of them came back, soldiers kept them, and they were still popular. They were really popular. At that time, the military Jeeps, so like the M38s and all of those, became what they call a CJ, which is civilian Jeep. And that kind of started with like the CJ2A, CJ3A. Flat fenders. They look pretty much just like what the military Jeeps were. And you could get them with PTO, which is power takeoff on the back, to run all kinds of implements off of the Jeeps. So for farm, ag, cutting trees, all kinds of stuff. Pretty cool. And they're basically little tractors is what people used them for. And those turned into the CJ5, which has that front end, but it's a little short one. CJ5 turned into the CJ7, which is a little longer, and door openings are squared off. You'll see more of that later. Their door openings are squared off. They made the CJ7 because they put automatic transmissions as an option, and they wouldn't fit in a CJ5. They had to extend the Jeep, make it longer. Boom, 7, you have an option for an automatic. And there are others, like a CJ6 is like a CJ5, but it's extended. A CJ8 is like a CJ7, but it's extended. This is a CJ8. You may also know that as a Scrambler. And these are cool. If you look, you see that it is a lot longer than your typical Jeep. And then in 1987, Chrysler bought out AMC. AMC was American Motors Corporation. They didn't last. Chrysler bought them out, and that's when the YJ came to life. And the YJ is just kind of a code name for the Wrangler. Those are the ones with the little square headlights, like my white one that we've got. If you aren't familiar with it, you will be seeing it around. YJ went up to 95. There was no 96 model year for Jeep. They did make them in 96, but there's no 96 model year. So like we had one that was made in 96. It was actually a 97 model that we could go buy it in October, November, December, have it before the next person does. When that change happened, those became TJs. They looked about the same. They went back to round headlights. Suspension was a little different. They were a little nicer. They were the cushy ones, right? So when CJs went away, went to being a YJ, people were like, "Oh no, It's not a Jeep anymore. Real Jeeps are gone. 86, and I am a CJ person. I will give you this. But the Jeeps died with CJs, right? Nobody wants these square headlight things. And then 97 came, 96, 97 came, the TJ came out, model year 97. And those had a different type of dash still, and they had a different type of suspension, made them ride a lot nicer. People are like, no, we can't do this. It doesn't have leaf springs. It's not a Jeep. And then in 2007, the JK came out. And we all hoped that JK meant just kidding. And then they would bring the TJ back. That didn't happen. The JK and the JKU, U being unlimited, which is 4-door, which most of them you see nowadays have the 4 doors on them, including willy-nilly. They're handy, they're big, they're wide. It was a big shakeup, totally redone Jeep. JK's been around, so from 07, and then that was just previously replaced by the JL. Again, oh no, those aren't real Jeeps. The JK is the end of the real Jeep. It's a cycle. We go through it. People don't like change. I will admit, I was never a fan of the JK. Still hold the same stance that I held when it came out. But I will admit they are really nice. They drive good. They wheel good. They're capable. They're comfortable. They're roomy. They are really good for what they are. So are JLs. I love JLs. I will have one. Or a Gladiator. I'm still not sold on the name of it. Gladiators. I like those too. However, these are where the fun is. The others are fun, but for me, these are where the fun. These are where the fun is. This one is sitting on 3/4 ton axles. It's got a 14 bolt rear. It's got a Dana 44 front, 37 12 50 15 tires. I take that back. 37 12 50 17 tires on 17 by 10 wheels that I just put on it, which is why I said 15, because it has previously had 15s. It is the stock 258 inline 6-cylinder with the 4-speed. It's got the Dana 300 transfer case. Axles and leaf springs are out of a 3/4 ton Chevrolet pickup. It's pretty good Jeep. It's not done, but whoever started it did a pretty good job with what they did. And now I need to finish it. But right now, we're just going to clean it out and get it ready for nice weather. Till Dad gets back with food. It is now daylight. Did we work all night on the Jeep? No, we did not. I kind of switched gears. The Jeep is on the road. We got the dimmer switch in it. Got it cleaned out and rolling. But we currently have a Datsun on the lift, which is a whole different video. So come on back, check out the Datsun project, road trip with us, have some fun, yo. But right now, we're going to wrap this video up. We'll catch you next time. Have fun, be good, be kind. Road trip, live life.